All right, guys, so maybe you're wondering, how do I find all these, how do we find junkyards? How do I do my research? How do I find out where I'm going? Especially when we get to other states. And it's not like you could put a GPS and say, take me to a classic car place. So some of the stuff that I use is, number one, I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of classic car stuff. I look for people who go to, especially you guys who have the car channels where you're building cars. A lot of those guys, they'll say, well, I have a friend that has a junkyard, or we went here and got a part, and I'll hear a name, and then I look at when the video was made, and if it was made in the last couple of years, then I'll go ahead and try to look up a business, or look up the business where they're located. Also, near drag strips, there's usually, if you talk to guys who race, if you go to a drag strip, if you go up the Bradenton or somewhere else, they'll tell you where classic cars are, because they know the guys that have them. Car shows are a good place to talk to somebody. Say, hey, where else, do you know anybody who owns a car? Do you know anybody who has classic cars? Do you know where do you get your car parts? Especially people that are building cars, they'll tell you that as well. But it takes a lot of research. I mean, I will spend, before we go on a trip, I will normally spend 2 to 3 days researching, calling, like when we go to Tennessee, it's like, okay, I have a whole list of like 25 different places to go. And those 25 different places to go, there may only be 5 that actually have classic cars, and there may be 3 that are still in business or that are allowing me to come in video. So there's a lot of wasted time, and I don't say wasted, but there's a lot of time searching. What you guys see on the channel is the end work of that. For example, when we just took the trip, we left here Thursday. I just put 2,500 miles on the truck from Thursday till Monday. And that was because we had to go to South Carolina because we had to do some business there, but also driving around. A lot of times this is just driving around. You go to a state, you go drive around the hills of Tennessee, you go drive around middle Florida, you go drive around the Pocono Mountains. You drive around, you look for cars in people's backyards. You look for a 1,000 square foot home that's got 5-car garage in the back, or you look for a double wide manufactured home that's got a GTO sitting on the side under a car cover and a 3-car garage in the back. You know, a used car for sale up front that may be a classic or something that's used, and there's 1 or 2 along the side of a barn, or 1 or 2 along the side of the garage, tells me there's something going on there. So there's a whole bunch of ways to find these things. And then of course it's having the guts to go up and knock on a door and ask if you can not only see them, or if they have them, but can you put it on video so that the whole rest of the world can check it out. And there's a lot of places, like I know right now where a John Wick Mustang is from the movie. It's less than 99 miles from my house. Can't show it. I know where there's a Cobra Jet, S197 Cobra Jet. I think it's a 2005 or 6. It's 15 minutes from my house, and the guy's always at car shows. He never brings that car out, but he goes to car shows and with his other cars, and he's told me he has it, but he doesn't want anybody coming in video. He doesn't want to take it out of his garage, and he doesn't want anybody coming to his house to make a video. So there's a lot of that stuff. I know where there's a real AC Cobra. Yep, $2 million Cobra sitting in a garage in Marco Island. I can't get down there. They just don't want to show it to people. There's also over here, there's a guy that used to own, he was in our Corvette club, and he owns Chevelles and GTOs and Camaros and everything, and he's older now, but he built tons of cars. He was very wealthy and owned a whole building full of cars, but can't get in to see him. Now you can see him one at a time when he brings them to a car show, but he doesn't talk about his cars or anything else. So I don't really understand some of the people that collect cars. They don't want to talk about them, they don't want to show them. It's almost like they just enjoy having them private for themselves, like somebody who has a painting in their house that never let anybody know they see it. But anyway, So this video for members is if you want to try and figure out how to find or how do we come across getting these. It's a lot of research. I have notebooks with notes of mentions. Like I said, you've seen a couple where we drove to Georgia. All we knew, there was a junkyard with old cars in front of it somewhere between I-75 and Alabama, and I took you guys on an 1,100-mile round-trip journey in one day to drive up there and stop and ask people. And we asked the people at the help center, and then she called her husband, and then we found out where it was, and we got there 2 days after they had already cleared and crushed all the cars. So this is the other thing with this channel. Unlike a lot of the car channels you guys watch and I watch, like Vice Grip Garage or Dennis Collins or any of those guys, they build a car and then they can sell it. Well, we don't have the opportunity, not yet. I mean, I may have to build cars and sell them. We find stuff, and I think the finding is cool, but that's why there's not a lot of channels that do what we do. There's us, there's the guys from Haggerty's that do Barnfinds, but there's very few that do what we do, because the only thing we can do is hope that people join our channel, support us through joining and becoming a member, sending PayPal or something like that to us to help support, because it's expensive, especially now in the last year or so when gas went basically doubled in price. So if you can support, that's great. And you are, because you're a member, and we appreciate that. That's what we appreciate. But I also want to put stuff here that I don't do. The other thing is, as you guys know, as I'm a teacher right now, so I have to do everything on vacation time, either weekends or spring break or Christmas vacation or whatever, at least till June 2022 will be my final time. Then I'm going to stop teaching, and then we're moving to a new city up towards North Florida or into Tennessee. We're not sure yet. See how things go. But you know, I like doing the channel, and as long as I can get support and it supports itself, which it's doing, more than supporting itself right now, then that's what we're going to do. And we are glad to bring you guys along, and I hope to meet a lot of you guys. We're going to put up a schedule here, like on the 25th of February, 25th or 26th of February, either one. But there's a classic car auction in Lakeland, Florida, which is right off I-4, and it's the Carlisle Lakeland. They do one every year down here in the winter, and I will be there. So if you're in Lakeland and you want to come out and see me, put a little message on there, send us an email to junkyardsandbarnfinds@gmail. Let me know you're going to be there. I'll check the email before I go. I'll only be there Saturday, and love to see you and put you on the channel. So thank you guys for being members. Thanks for supporting us, and this is our second members only video.